Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there is something wrong with periods. Women don't have periods in nature. That's right, a period, your body leaking blood from your reproductive organ, is your body telling you that you failed at finding a mate. Naturally, as you become fertile around that teenage years, you naturally feel inclined to find a mate and to reproduce, to do something productive. Either you call it procreate or reproduce, the terminology, the etymology will always lead to productivity, creativity. This is what's creativity. But because you were too obsessed with your career, which has nothing to do with actual productivity, or with travel, or you were too isolated for any whatever reason, you failed at life. You failed at what you should have done if you followed your senses, your inner callings. You were living so artificially that life passed you, just like it passed me, and I'm almost 30, and I have made absolutely no kid when I should already have around 10. Naturally. You see, pregnancy means I have succeeded, I found a partner, and I am creating a family. You see, a family is not just a couple. Only if you have at least one child do you have a family. But naturally, families are just a consequence of natural living, of instinctive behaviors. You, around your teenage years, once you become fertile, you become interested in girls or in boys, depending on your sex, and because you are healthy and you follow your instincts, you engage in intercourse. You make children. Because you make children, you now have a family. Because all animals can take care of their children even without having gone to school to know how to, or having anyone to teach them how to. You just do it naturally because it's your instinct to feed them to your breasts. It's your instinct to give them cuddles and to nurture them. Our inner biology and chemistry naturally adapts when we see a frail, a fragile being which is just brand new to the world. Please know that you are failing at life, and taking all of these pills or doing a vegan diet so that you don't have a period because you become infertile is not a sign of solving the main question. Career and travel will never ever deliver you any sort of fulfillment. My grandma, one of them, actually had 8 kids, which is very little, to be honest. I mean, naturally, if you follow your inclinations and you never take the thing out before you come inside. Because she was very religious, and religion at that time told people not to use condoms or other contraceptives. So she didn't. So she had a beautiful 8 people family, which is enough to have sort of a nice group. But if you live naturally, if you eat well, if you follow your senses, by the time you are 28, meaning it has been 15 years since you've reached puberty, since you became fertile, you've already had 10 kids. You see, a kid takes 9 months in the womb, where the mother feeds herself naturally so that she can give all these nutrients to the baby. And once he comes out, he now starts feeding through the breasts. And that might take, I believe, at a minimum around 9 months as well, in natural healthy conditions. So 1.5 years, which means that in 10 years, in 15 years, you should have 10 kids, one every 1.5 years, to make sure they are fully nurtured with breast milk before going to solid foods. You might have them a little bit shorter, which I doubt, because naturally men and women feel inclined to have intercourse when there are pheromones in the air, and pheromone starts in the girl when she is fertile, in the opposite of her period, and thus the man feels inclined. If they both feel attracted, they couple, just like in nature. If she doesn't feel attracted, she run away, but if it's compatible, they both make a child without even realizing, because it's just having fun. 9 months later, a new life comes up that will be the light, the joy of the family, that will give them way more satisfaction than any goal, any accomplishment they have ever accomplished in their life, than any product, any car, any house that they have ever had. Only natural things can give you natural feelings such as well-being, happiness, fulfillment. Unnatural things such as the phone which I'm recording with, such as this, can never give me fulfillment. Only connection with people might give me that fulfillment. Only sensing, not learning. I just make these videos because we have gone so far from sensing that unless we reason to realize how much artificial our lives are, we don't realize it and continue on this learning artificial things. Because naturally you don't need to learn anything, you just follow your instinct. Thanks for watching.